हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम श्री रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगताम् अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरं भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वतीपतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः ष्टुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We shall chant from the fourth mantra. Kali Karali cha manojava cha Sulohitaya cha sudhumravarna Spulingini vishvaruchi cha devi Lelayamana iti sapta jivvaha Eteshu yascharate bhrajamaneshu यथा कालं चाहुतयो ह्याददायन् तं नयन्ते ताः सूर्यस्य रश्मयः यत्र देवानां पतिरेको दिवासः एह्येहीति तम् आहूतय सुवर्चसः सूर्यस्य रश्मिभिर्यजमानं वहन्ति प्रियां वाचम् अभिवदन्त्योर्चयन्त्य एष वः पुण्यः सुकृतो ब्रह्मलोकः प्लवायेते अदृढा यज्ञरूपा अष्टादशोक्तम् अवरं येषु कर्म एतच्छ्रेयो येऽभिनन्दन्ति मूढाः जरामृत्युं ते पुनरेवापि यन्ति अविद्यायामन्तरे वर्तमानाः स्वयं धीरा पंडितं मन्यमानाः जघन्यमाना पर्यन्ति मूढाः अन्धेनैव नीयमाना यथान्धाः अविद्यायां बहुधा वर्तमानाः वयं कृतार्था इत्यभिमन्यन्ति बालाः यत्कर्मिणो न प्रवेदयन्ति रागात् तेनातुराक्षीणलोकाश्च वन्ते. इष्टापूर्तं मन्यमाना वरिष्ठं नान्यश्रेयो वेदयन्ते प्रमूढाः नाकस्य पृष्ठे ते सुकृतेन भूत्वा इमं लोकं हीनतरं वा विशन्ति. So this Upanishad begins with a important question कि कस्मिन्नु भगवो विज्ञाते सर्वमिदं विज्ञातं भवति इति. What is that one thing knowing which everything becomes known? So the teacher briefly tells that there are two types of knowledge, lower and the higher. The lower knowledge talks about dharma, dharma, and the results of our karma, and the higher knowledge is to gain the direct realization of that supreme Brahma. So in this section, second section, the teacher talks about the lower knowledge and what are the various results one gain through this. So whatever is conveyed in the Vedas, in the Karma Kanda, is true. They are true and they give the results as indicated. So if we follow the path sincerely, fulfill all our duties, and also do the Kamya Karma, we gain Punya and we can attain the higher lokas. But then the teacher also warns that if the karmas are not done properly, we might also gain contrary results. And even if we gain the proper result, they are all temporary. So the teacher also brings out the defects of this karma and also criticizes those who are ignorantly perceiving these karmas, who are ignorant themselves and also are following those who are ignorant, like a blind leading the blind. Andhe naiva niyamana yathandhaha. So these karmas are ishtapurtam manyamana varishtham nanyat shreyo vedayante pramodhaha nakasya prishte te sukrute nu bhutva imam lokam heenataram va vishanti. We shall chant that 10th mantra again. Ishtapurtam manyamana varishtham nanyashreyo vedayante pramodhaha nakasya prishte te sukrute nu bhutva imam lokam heenataram va vishanti. So those who follow this karma kanda, those who do perform the various yajnas, yagas mentioned in the Vedas, they are also called ishtam. So ishtam yagadi shrauta karma, the yaga etc. mentioned in the Shruti, in the Vedas. And purta are those karmas like social service which are mentioned in the Smriti Granthas. So purtam vapi kupa tadagadi smartam manyamana etad eva atishayena purushartha sadhanam varishtham. So they consider this itself is the supreme purushartha sadhan and there is nothing greater than this. And they get stuck into this. So pradhanam iti chintayantaha anyad atmajnanakyam shreya sadhanam na vedayante. They do not know that there is a higher sadhana like self-knowledge. So totally attached to karma kanda, and only their attention is to gain the results of karma, like swarga prapti and all, or some results in this world, not knowing that there is a higher path and higher goal in life. So the Shruti calls them pramodhaha, extremely ignorant and foolish. Putra pashu bandhvadishu pramattataya mudhaha, totally attached to their family, their children, their wealth, their positions in this world, and they are unaware of the higher reality of life. So they, after performing these karmas, what do they gain? They acquire a lot of punya, and when they die, what is the result which they gain? So they go to Swarga due to their punya karma. So techa nakasya swargasya prushte uparistane sukrute bhogaya tane. They go to Swargaloka where they experience what you call higher type of pleasures. So bhogayatane anubhutva anubhuya karma phalam. So after enjoying those pleasures in this higher world, their punya gets exhausted and they again come down to this loka. So punar imam lokam manusham, again they are born as human beings in this world, or sometimes they even fall lower than this. Asmad hinataram va tiryak narakadi lakshanam yatha karma shesham vishanti. According to their remaining karma, they fall down, even go to lower yonis like animal, birds, plant, or sometimes go into lower worlds like Naraka, etc. So that is how the whole world is. It is bound by karma and karma phala. And all these jivas are very strongly caught up in this mesh of karma. But there are those rare fews who, through satsang and through their punya karma and through blessings of Bhagwan, they develop some vairagya and they come to understand that there is something higher, something subtler in life. So about them also now the Shruti says in the next mantra, mantra number 11. Let us chant. Tapashraddhe ye yupavasantyaranye shanta vidvamso bhaikshcharyam charantah suryadvarena te viraja prayanti yatramrutasya purusho hyavyayatma. Once more. Tapashraddhe ye yupavasantyaranye shanta vidvamso bhaikshcharyam charantah suryadvarena te viraja prayanti yatramrutasya purusho hyavyayatma. So there are those others. E punaha tad viparitaha, different from this ignorant karma kandis. There are those who understand that there is something greater indicated in the Vedas. So they try to gain the knowledge of those higher worlds and higher possibilities, and they indulge in various types of then upasanas. So from the mere karma kanda, upasana are considered to be higher, and these upasanas involve certain knowledge. So ye punaha tad viparita, so different from those previous karma kandi ignorant people, there are those who are jnana yuktaha. They are endowed with knowledge. Here they are endowed with knowledge means not knowledge of the Supreme Brahma, but they are endowed with knowledge of Hiranyagarbha, knowledge of Vaishvanara. And such people, Vanaprasthaha, those who have reached the stage of Vanaprastha in their life, after following the path of Grahasthashram sincerely, they have gained Vairagya, and now they have entered the Vanaprastha ashrama. And Vanaprastha is to renounce all active indulgence in the material world and to pay attention to some higher goals in life, subtler spiritual goals. So Vanaprasthaha or Sannyasinaha, or those who have reached the stage of sannyas, have taken sannyas from all other karmas. So such seekers, vanaprasthi and sannyasis, what do? Tapashraddhehi. They do tapas. What is tapas? Tapaha swa ashrama vihitam karma. That whatever duties are there related to their ashram, they fulfill it. They fulfill all the duties related to their ashrama. Like for a vanaprastha ashram, there are those duties, they do it. And whatever duties are there for a sannyas ashram also, they fulfill it. So that itself is indicated here as tapaha. And also shraddha. Here the meaning of the word shraddha is shraddha hiranyagarbhadi vishaya vidya. They also acquire the knowledge of hiranyagarbha, of Vaishvanara, and they do some higher upasanas, which are also indicated in the Vedas. So, Hiranyagarbha Upasana and Vaishvanara Upasana are mentioned. So, one has to gain proper knowledge about these upasanas and should pursue this path. So, they pursue this path sincerely. So, tesh tapashraddhe upavasanti. So, pursuing sincerely, following this path of tapa and shraddha, they remain sevante aranye vartamanaha santaha. They remain in the forest, means away from the active worldly life. In some ashrams, away from the materialistic influence of this world, cut off from active interaction with the worldly people. They spend their time alone or among other seekers following similar path. And they have also acquired certain qualities like shantaha. Their mind has become relatively calm and peaceful. And why the mind has become calm, peaceful? Because the desires have gone away from their mind, worldly desires. And also they have control over their senses. So, uparata karana gramaha, total control over their organs of actions and perception. Vidvamsaha, and some of them are also, even grahastis can reach this stage, who can gain proper wisdom of that Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, and reach the stage of little vairagya with total control over their senses. So, vidvamsaha grahastascha jnana pradana ityartaha, who have gained knowledge of the Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara. They are also called apara Brahma. Not knowledge of the Supreme Brahma, but the knowledge of Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara. So they lead a very simple life. Bhaikshcharyam charantaha, just taking whatever food and whatever things they get through bhiksha, by asking from others, from the generous donations, or if asking for food, whatever they get, they just live on that. So bhaikshyacharyam charantaha means taking minimum from the world around. Parigraha abhavat, because they have abandoned, given up all their belongings, all their possessions. They don't keep any parigraha, any possessions around, unnecessary, too many things are not kept with them. Upavasanti aranye, and just they live in the forest. Iti sambandhas. So in this way, when such people, they pursue the path of upasana. See, there is what we call the karma kanda, where one does only the karma, and whatever knowledge required for that karma kanda one acquires, and pursue the path of karma kanda, which gives them punya, through which they can go up to Swarga Loka. But those who gain the knowledge of Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, and they do the karma associated with their ashrama, along with the upasanas of Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara, then what do they gain? After their death, they reach the highest world, Brahma Loka. Brahma Loka is the highest world, which is higher than Swarga Loka, and which one attains through upasana, through karma and upasana. Upasana which is associated with right knowledge. It is not upasana means just doing some puja or something, but meditation on Hiranyagarbha and Vaishvanara by acquiring proper understanding about Hiranyagarbha, Vaishvanara. So after death, they Suryadvarena Suryopalakshitena Uttarayanena. So after that they go on this Suryadvara, the Uttarayan Marga, the path of the sun. See, there are these two paths, the Dakshinayan Marga and the Uttarayan Marga. Through the Dakshinayan Marga, we go when we perform karma, acquire punya, and through this Dakshinayan Marga, one reaches the lokas like Pitrulok or Swarga Loka. But after the punya is over, one comes back into this world. But there is this other path called Uttarayan Marga, through which one goes when one pursues the path of upasana, the higher upasanas of Hiranyagarbha and Vaishvanara. So one goes through this path and attains Brahmaloka. So Suryadvarena Suryopalakshitena Uttarayanena Panthate Viraja. So these people who have relatively purified their antakarana and have meditated constantly on Hiranyagarbha, who is the firstborn, who is the creator of this world, creator, sustainer, and one who dissolves this world, who is also known as Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. So they meditate on Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh and totally dedicate themselves to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, and after their death they reach that loka, the loka of Hiranyagarbha. So Virajasaha Kshina Punya Papa Karmanaha Santaha. So having become purified from their papa and punya, they इत्यर्थः प्रयान्ति प्रकर्षेण यन्ति यान्ति यत्र यस्मिन्. After that they move from the Uttarayan Marga and reach that Brahmaloka. It is also called Satyaloka, the highest world. So Satyalokadau Amrutaha, the immortal Satyalok, Sa Purushaha Prathamaja Hiranyagarbho hi Avyatma Avyasvabhavo Yavat Sansarastai, where that Hiranyagarbha lives, who is the first born, who is imperishable, who lives there in that Brahmalok or Satyalok. So those who do this upasana, they reach this highest world. There is no world higher than this. There is no achievement higher than this which one can gain through karma and upasana. One can reach that Brahmalok. And if one has done lot of upasana and has purified their mind, they can even gain knowledge of that self from Brahmaji himself. But if they have just reached this loka after acquiring a lot of punya, and their antakarana is not yet completely purified, then even from Brahmalok they can fall down to the Martyaloka. They can be born on this earth again. But if they have enough vairagya, then they, in Brahmalok, they gain that self-knowledge and they can become free. They can gain moksha. So this is also called krama mukti. Mukti in stage. So the first stage they reach Brahmalok. They remain there for a long time. And by the blessings of Brahmaji, they gain that self-knowledge and they become free. Or, if they don't have enough vairagya, enough jidnyasa, then they remain there for a long time. And there also, when their punya get exhausted, they can be born again in this world. So, acquiring the loka of Hiranyagarbha is the highest one can attain. And Hiranyagarbha's loka remains throughout the sthiti kal of this whole world. This entire world comes into existence, it remains for a long time and get dissolved. So when the world is remaining, it remains for 100 years of Hiranyagarbha. 100 years of Hiranyagarbha is a long, long time. So those who attain this Brahmalok, they can even stay there for a long, long time. And then thereafter gain moksha from there itself, or may be born again in this world. So to acquire means through the apara vidya, that is through the karma kanda mentioned in the Vedas, and also by pursuing the path of upasana mentioned in the Vedas, with the intention of acquiring the results of this karma and upasana. When we pursue this path, the maximum one can gain is this residence in Brahmaloka. So that is what is said here, कि एतद अंतास्तु संसार गतयो अपर विद्या गम्या. This is the ultimate one can gain through the apara vidya. So here, see, even acquiring Brahmalok, which is the ultimate, is not a big deal. If even after acquiring Brahmalok, if we have not gained jidnyasa to gain self-knowledge, we will not gain that self-knowledge. And even after acquiring such a sublime world, one can be born again in this world. And when we are born again in this world, we are devoid of all the punya which we have acquired, because it gets exhausted in this higher world. So we are back to square one. And we experience the same joys and sorrows in this world. So we are stuck in samsara only. So acquiring this Brahmalok, it also is not the highest goal. It is not moksha. Though there are some people, out of their ignorance, they consider this Brahmalok itself as moksha. They say that, oh, we will acquire this world and we will stay there for a long, long time, gaining the highest type of pleasures. But the Shastras say this is not moksha. So here Shankaracharya ji himself raises that question. He says, ki nanu etam moksham icchanti kechit, that there are those who consider this itself is moksha. So Shankaracharya ji says, ki na, this is not true, this is not proper. Acquiring Brahmalok is not moksha. It is also result of our karma and upasana. And what is moksha? Moksha is what we gain here and now itself. We don't have to die to acquire moksha. Moksha is something which we can acquire when this body exists. When we are in this world itself, we can attain that moksha. He quotes from other Upanishad. From this Upanishad itself, further, ki iheva sarve praviliyanti kamaha, that all our kamnas and all get merged here itself, in this life itself, and one gains moksha. Te sarvagam sarvata prapya dhira yuktatmanaha sarvameva vishanti. So here, while living in this world itself, one attains that Brahma, and attaining that Brahma, they become Brahma. Brahma is everything, Brahma is everyone. They become everything and everyone. They gain that Sarvatma Bhav. Further, Shankaracharya writes, ki ityadi shrutibhyo aprakaranacha. This is what is said in the scriptures. And also here, suddenly, when the topic of karma and karma kanda and upasana is going on, the Shruti will not talk about moksha. The topic of moksha will be revealed further in this Upanishad. So here it is talking about acquiring this higher world, which is also limited, which is not our ultimate goal. It is like somebody is put in jail. One is put into a cell which is full of hardship and torture and all. Total kala pani like. But then within that jail itself there are certain cells which are more comfortable. So when that person behaves properly, nicely in the jail, then he is promoted to the higher cell where he can lead a relatively comfortable imprisonment. But that is also prison only. So whether through our karma we attain Swargalok, or through upasana we attain Brahmalok, both of them are prison only. Both of them are within this samsara. Moksha is what we attain here and now. So even if we gain knowledge of Brahmaji or gain some purity of our mind, that is not the complete purification of the mind. And knowledge of Hiranyagarbha itself is not the supreme knowledge. Still one is stuck in this samsara only. So samastam अपरविद्या कार्यम साध्य साधन लक्षणम क्रियाकारक फल भेद भिन्नम द्वैतम एतावदेव यद हिरण्यगर्भ प्राप्ति अवसानम. So all this is the scope of this lower vidya only, which the maximum which one can gain through this lower vidya is the world of Hiranyagarbha. So there are the worlds of Hiranyagarbha, there are the worlds of other devtas also. So through this karma kanda we acquire them. So here Shankaracharya ji also quotes from Manusmriti. He says, Tatacha manuna uktam stavaradyam samsara gatim anukramatam ब्रह्मा विश्वसृजो धर्मो महान अव्यक्तमेव च उत्तमां सात्विकीं एतां गतिम आहुर मनीषिणः. So these are the higher worlds which we might acquire through karma and upasana. Like the world of Brahmaji or world of Yamraj or world of some other devatas. But they are also within this samsara. So up till here, the importance, the truth of karma kanda, the validity of karma kanda was revealed. That whatever is said in karma kanda, whatever is said in the upasana is true. But even if we pursue them sincerely, trying to acquire the results which are offered by them, these results are temporary, and they will keep us bound to this samsara. So one has to gain vairagya from this karma and upasana phala. Whatever the results which we can gain through karma and upasana, we have to gain vairagya from them and should acquire that strong jidnyasa to gain self-knowledge. And with that purpose, it was all these things were revealed up till now. The limitations of karma and upasana and the maximum result which they can offer. So a sincere, intelligent seeker, having understood the limitations of karma and upasana, and having gained that vairagya towards them all, and having attained that supreme jidnyasa in his antakarana, approaches A teacher should approach a teacher and gain self-knowledge and become free. And that is what is now revealed in the most beautiful mantra. The next mantra, let us chant. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayat nastyakritakritena tad vijnanartham sagurumeva bhigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Again. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedamayat nastyakritakritena tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva bhigachet samit panihi shrotriyam brahmanishtham. Before this mantra, Shankaracharya ji writes कि अथ इदानीम अस्मात् साध्य साधन रूपात् सर्वस्मात् संसारात् विरक्तस्य परस्यां विद्यायाम् अधिकार प्रदर्शनार्थम इदम उच्यते. So one who has understood the limitations of karma, upasana and their phala and has gained vairagya from all this, such a person becomes adhikari, becomes fit to gain that self-knowledge and become free. See, we have to understand this. That deep understanding of all this gives us vairagya. Vairagya is attained through viveka. Vivek means through understanding. Vivek only gives vairagya. So when we understand, and also by following our path of karma, by dedicating our karma to Ishvara. See, the karma kanda, the upasana, whatever is mentioned in the Vedas, if they are performed with nishkam bhav, without the eye on the results of this karma, but just as our duty, as our offering to Ishvara, then the same karma can purify our antakarana and make us fit for self-knowledge here and now. If we perform those karmas in order to gain the results of karma, then we get stuck into the samsara. Our antakarana doesn't become pure. But if the same karma is done, dedicating them to Ishvara with nishkam bhavana, then they purify our antakarana. And that is what is revealed in Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagwan Sri Krishna talks about it as karma yoga. Yogastak kuru karmani sangam taktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Sve sve karmani abhiratah siddhim vindanti manavaha. That by just performing this karma, our own swadharma, dedicating to that Ishvara, one can gain that purity of our antakarana and become fit for self-knowledge. That jidnyasa will come. Otherwise, the jidnyasa doesn't come. Otherwise, we have desires for these worldly things only. Jidnyasa is that intense thirst to know our own self. Jidnyasa is not same as curiosity, inquisitiveness. This curiosity, inquisitiveness is for the worldly things only. Jidnyasa is that intense thirst to know who am I, what is my real nature. That's what Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi also teaches us, that you inquire, koham, who are you, what is your real nature. Don't just assume yourself to be someone. Don't assume wrongly what you are. Inquire. And inquire with the help of the Shastras, inquire with the help of a teacher, and come to recognize yourself as you are. So here in this mantra it is said, Pariksha lokan karma chitan brahmano nirvedam ayat. That one has to do pariksha of this world. Pariksha. Having done the pariksha of this world, lokan, of this world. And what is this world? Karma chitan. This world is something which we acquired through karma. The world is so vast and so magnificent that whatever one attains this in this world is attained through karma, through actions. Actions done by the body, actions done by our senses, actions done by our antakarana. Through these actions we acquire this world. We acquire different things in this world. Therefore this world is called karma chitan. But this karma as well as the thing which we acquire are extremely temporary. They are not lasting. So having understood this deeply, having done the pariksha, the brahmana, the wise seeker, here the wise intelligent seeker is referred to as brahmana. Nirvedam ayat, such a wise seeker should acquire vairagya. Nirvedam means vairagya, should gain vairagya. Vairagya is total dispassion towards the results of this world and the other world, which we gain through karma and upasana. Total non-interest in the results of karma and upasana, when we don't want them. See, the world binds us only if we want something. We are bound by our desires. We are ourselves holding on to things and beings in this world. But when we don't want, then neither we are holding anything and nobody can hold us also. Like space or like air. Air just moves freely. It is so subtle, it doesn't remain at one place, it just keeps moving. But even air can be confined into a space, we can bind it. But look at space. Space cannot be bound. Space remains free. Similarly, one should become like space, totally free of all attachments, all worldly desires and otherworldly desires also. And for this we have to do pariksha of this world. See, it is like when we want to buy something, we go to the market. Suppose you want to buy some, let us say, some dress, and you go to a shop which is selling all electronic goods. So as soon as you enter that shop and look around, you notice that there are no clothes, clothes are kept there to be sold. So then what do? You just leave that shop. Similarly, when we do the pariksha of this world, we will find that what we want is not available in this world. And what exactly we want? Actually, we want a happiness which is everlasting, eternal. If we just inquire into what really we want, though we are seeking pleasures everywhere, but what we really want is happiness, which is eternal, which is free from all fear, which is acquired here and now, and it is eternal, effortless. We are not seeking anything temporary. We want everything to be everlasting. And with that intention only we try to even acquire things which are more lasting. We try to build a very strong house also with a strong foundation so that it can last long. But even if it lasts long, it is not everlasting. It comes down. So we seek eternal happiness, and when we do the pariksha of this world, we will find that neither in this world, nor if we leave this world and go to higher world like Swargalok or Brahmalok, we will not get eternal happiness. Those lokas are also temporary. Though they are so great, but they are also temporary. So when we do this pariksha, so Brahmano nirvedam ayat. The Brahmana the wise seeker should gain vairagya, dispassion. And in order to help us to contemplate and gain this dispassion through proper thinking, the Shruti also says one should know na asti akritaha, that in this entire created world there is nothing which is non-created, means which is free from all changes, free from all modification. Everything is in this world is created. It is born, right from Avyakta to Hiranyagarbha to all the lokas and all the beings and all the different objects. They are all created. Means they have a beginning and they have an end. So there is nothing in this world which is eternal. When we say world, means the expression, not the swarupa of this world, which is Brahma, which is eternal, but the expression as this world is all changing. So na asti akritaha. Therefore, one doesn't have anything to do with karma and upasana. Through karma and upasana, we cannot gain that which is eternal. So, having contemplated and having gained that vairagya, one should strive to gain that self-knowledge. One should strive to gain that self, supreme self. That supreme self itself is eternal and happiness. But it cannot be just attained just like that. To attain it, one has to approach a teacher. So tad vijnanartham, to gain that self-knowledge, sa gurumeva abhigachet, one should approach a guru, a sadguru, a guru who can reveal the knowledge of this supreme self. See, many gurus are there in this world. but many of them are gurus of the apara vidya only, of the lower knowledge. So that will not help. We need the guidance and blessings of Sadguru. Sadguru is one who is the Guru of Sat, that Sat Brahma. So tad vijnanartham sa guru meva vigachet. One should approach a guru. Samit panihi. So traditionally one approaches carrying some firewoods as a sign of total surrender to the teacher and total vairagya from all karma and upasanas and everything else, that I only want to gain self-knowledge. Just like how Nachiketa approached Yamraj, absolutely dedicated to self-knowledge only, was not interested in anything else. And who is a guru? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtham, one who has the knowledge of the Vedas, the Upanishads, one who has heard these Vedas, Upanishads from his own teacher, one who has got the knowledge, and one who is abiding in that Brahma, one who is well established in this Brahma, Brahmanishtham, one who not only have the theoretical understanding of that Brahma, but is also well established in Brahma. So this is the literal meaning of this mantra. But Shankaracharya ji has written a beautiful commentary on this mantra. So we will read that commentary and also contemplate still more on this mantra in our class tomorrow. So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana. Listen to the pravachan again. Share this video with your friends in different groups. Contemplate, think about it, and we meet again tomorrow. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Boliye Siyavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.